is up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. So today's video is gonna be probably a little bit long because I have a lot to say on this subject. So today's video is getting a job with tattoos. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do plenty of research and make sure that the field you're going into is tattoo friendly. I want to go into music, so my field is very friendly. My plan B is also tattoo friendly, so that is why I am getting a lot of tattoos at such a young age. If you're going into something like hospitality or kind of along the ways like that, I know it's a lot harder to have tattoos in a field like that, so just kind of do your research, see what you're getting yourself into. So if you want to work in a field where tattoos are frowned upon, there are 3 things that I definitely think you should consider. The first thing is going to be size. How big is this tattoo? If you work somewhere where tattoos are kind of frowned upon, you might want to consider getting something smaller, something that's easier to hide. If you work somewhere where tattoos are accepted, then maybe size isn't something that you really need to take into consideration. The next thing is location. Location is definitely a very big factor when it comes to tattoos. Location decides whether a tattoo is highly visible or not visible at all. And obviously, depending on where you work, you're going to want either a visible tattoo or a not visible tattoo. So the last thing that you're going to want to take into consideration is color. Do you want something really bright and colorful that's all up in everyone's face? Or maybe do you want something that's a little more neutral? I've even heard of people getting, it's like a black light ink tattoo, and it's really cool. It's like this ink that you can only see under a black light, and I personally think it's really cool, but I don't know. So the next thing to keep in mind is, are you willing to wear clothing to cover up this tattoo? One time I went into my friend, he's one of my artists, his name is Joe, and he was tattooing a guy who actually had a beautiful black and white sleeve that was also done by Joe. He was telling me, he goes, I'm in hospitality, I'm a manager of a restaurant, and in the summer I just wear long sleeve shirts, and it's not a big deal. Now that's something that you want to keep in mind. Are you willing to wear long sleeve shirts or, I don't know, like turtlenecks or something in order to cover up your tattoos? Alright, so this is worst case scenario, and I definitely do not recommend this whatsoever, but if you really can't live without a tattoo, maybe consider switching fields, switching jobs. Maybe look for a job that is a little more okay with tattoos. I'm not saying go quit your job, call your boss, hey, fuck you, and then, now you don't have a job. If it's burdening you and you have the opportunity at hand to switch career paths, then maybe you should consider it. Remember, it's never too late to get a tattoo. You can always, in 5 years, go get that tattoo that you really, really wanted, And if anything, I think it's even better because 5 years down the road, if you still want that tattoo, that only proves, okay, I wanted this tattoo for 5+ years now, I really want to get it. Maybe when you're higher up in your job or something, then you'll be in a better position to get a tattoo. So the next thing is, if you have tattoo ideas that could be taken offensively, definitely consider either putting them in a location that's not as visible, or consider kind of changing the idea just a tiny bit, and I'll kind of explain what I mean by that. One of my really good friends has a mermaid on his arm, and it's kind of right here on his arm. He has a mermaid, and unfortunately, he made the vital mistake of making his mermaid topless. He didn't put a bikini on her, he didn't put a top on her, she is just boobies out, full on topless nude mermaid. He has lost a couple job opportunities because of that, and for other jobs, he has actually had to wear long sleeves because even though it's a tattoo, it's an inappropriate tattoo, and a lot of businesses don't want, the face of their business having boobies on their arms. Take that into consideration and think about it, because offensive tattoos are really, really tough. On one hand, it's your body, and I want to say do what you want, but on the other hand, a lot of people are going to see a tattoo like that, and they're going to think that's, kind of offensive and vulgar. And the very last thing to keep in mind is that your tattoos don't make you any less of a person. I know that for me personally, I don't give a shit, I'm a very hard worker. My track record for every job that I have, I've never been fired from a job. I've only done really good things for my companies, and I have, the facts and the evidence to prove that. So if you're not willing to hire me because I choose to wear artwork on my body, then I kind of don't want to work for you. You know, I have never come across a situation where my tattoos have prevented me from actually doing something. My tattoos have never prevented me from jobs, and my tattoos have never prevented me from school. I know those are the two main things that people worry about, and I have been fortunate enough that I have never been turned away from a job. But anyways, guys, that's kind of all I have to say for that video. Those are just a couple things to keep in mind about tattoos and jobs. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to go ahead and watch last week's video, you can click somewhere on the screen. I forgot where the little actual button was, but I'll put it up there. Give a thumbs up and wear your tattoos with pride. I'll see you guys later. Bye.